Bitcoin has done about 20x since 2017, but with a lot of drawdowns, big drops along the road, like an 80% drop in 2017, something like that. In 2021, a 70% drop, and even in 24, we had an about 30% drop. So it is very hard to bear those drops when you are simply hodling Bitcoin. So why not use like quite simple strategies, but still strategies that you can automate, for example using a Python code that you could have automated on Binance. So this is the very goal of this channel. This is to present strategies that are backtest all the time, and these strategies are usually based on indicators, very simple ones, but I explore many parameters. Today, for example, we are studying especially the double SMA strategy, which is a long only strategy based on a fast simple moving average that you can see in orange on the chart. This is the SMA, the simple moving average that is close to the candlesticks, the one that is reacting faster than the blue one, which is called here the slow SMA. So we are going to explore whether a strategy like that worth doing. So what we do is very simple. When the daily close price is known, we just look at both the simple moving average in orange, so the fast one, and the slow one in blue. We look at both values, we compare them, and for example here you can see on April 22nd of 2018 we could have entered a long. Why? Because the orange one is above the blue line, the blue simple moving average here. And then where do we close that trade? Simply when the orange line falls below the blue line, so about here I think, on May 21st, 2018. So of course the trade duration is quite long, that's why I recommend the spot market, so that you don't pay funding rate or anything like that. And here I just chose like an SMA orange of a period length of 10, and the blue one has a period length of 50, I believe. So okay, now you know the strategy, it's a long only one, we just compound on every trade. And what are the results when we change the values of the period length of the two SMA? So let's take a look at the results. Here you can see a heat map where the green cells show when the performance is very good, and when it's whiter the performance is less and less good. So when it's completely white it has like a negative performance. So where are the best performances? When we choose an SMA, a fast SMA of period 5, let's look on the left here of the heat map, and when we choose a slow SMA of period length of 120 or 30 or 40. So that's where you get the best Sharpe ratio. If you don't know what is a Sharpe ratio, it's simply a measure of performance of the return you get after you backtested the strategy over the risk you took to perform it. So essentially the return divided by the standard deviation of the returns. So this is the formula to calculate it. So this is the first interesting result on the left, as you can see. So with a fast SMA of 5, which is very close to the price actually. So this is almost the close price line. Then we have a second interesting cluster here on the middle, where we have a fast SMA of about, let's say, 110, something like that, and the slow one is about 150. So this is where you get also an interesting cluster, which is quite continuous, not like a sharp boundary like you can see on the bottom left here in white. And yes, so this is a cool combination of parameters as well. And also on the right you can see another combination that's quite good when you choose the fast SMA of around 240 with a slow SMA of let's say 290, something like that. So this time this cluster, I believe this is very visual, is less beautiful than the other ones. But yeah, you could choose combination, you could choose parameters around these values as well. So I hope you see the value of such a heat map. It helps you choose the values of the fast SMA and the slow SMA crossover, and like this you don't guess the values like the ones that are usually used for the simple moving average or even the exponential moving average like 21 or 50 or 100 or 200. No, here you have a data-driven decision to make around these green clusters. This is very simple, just choose values that are green. Of course, you can ask yourself whether or not this is overfitting. Sometimes the word overfitting is used when we have a strategy that is perfectly fitted to the time interval, the price action segment, in fact, that we tested. So yeah, the performance might seem very, very good, and the risk is not high, and you have in fact an example in front of your eyes. I believe this one is very overfitted. Why? Because there are very few trades. I think I remember that there is only 6 trades or something like that for a backtest of over 7 years here. So when there are so few trades, this is not what we want actually. We want usually several hundreds of trades. Like this, we can build strong conviction into the strategy. When there is not enough trades like this, for example, you can say that it is overfitted and likely it won't work in the future. This is what I mean by overfitted. Overfitted means it's perfectly fitted to this price action, but maybe with new prices in the future, the strategy won't work anymore with these parameters here. So usually we aim for several hundreds of trades of occurrences. Like this, you have more confidence into your strategies. In the premium member area, that's what I do. I test multiple combinations, and like this, I continuously adapt my trading strategies. So if you're interested in such thorough backtesting, I suggest that you take a look at the premium member area. So if you had some good value in this video, if you know now how to choose your double SMA crossover strategy in daily here, in the daily time frame, for Bitcoin, then you know how to choose the values perfectly. You have multiple combinations to choose from, by the way. If you found it interesting, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to hear from me in the next videos as well.